No bias about it at all, Flick. It is one of the greatest places on earth, and it's delivering today. What a Wednesday morning we're having over here in the West. J.Willcox about to take on Joao Chianca. But yeah, Jacob's going to have to bring that attitude towards Chianca, who has really established himself as one of the hardest charging surfers on the CT ranks. It's Willcox that's going to get started here. The wild card fade, sets up the tube. Oh, almost gets the exit. That's going to cost him though. Limboed his way out of the barrel there.
Yeah, you push that hard at the beginning of the heat and you obviously want to convert. But good news is out here. Looks like Joao might be having a look at this solid one.
Yeah, beautiful shot there. He's super deep on this one. It's holding open. The wave spits. Chianca doesn't fly through.
Really was super deep. Let's watch it straight on now. Great technical takeoff. Took it behind the tube, but serious travel time in there as well. Let's have a look. This one had some height to it. You can see it here. One of the bigger ones of the day. Oh my goodness, he was so close.
Had that little step inside it. You'll see it again here, but he got a great drive into it. Had so much speed. Look at him just working that inside rail and just pushing hard from here. Leaps into the section.
Oh my goodness. The forward momentum that he had just kind of got like a little shockwave through the board.
Yeah. What an exchange, right? But yeah, Joao was just, he was right there. I mean, I was looking in there. He was right there, got some air underneath him. Here he goes again. Has to do the limbo right there. Nice flexibility, but not a lot of tube time, but...
Envious of Kaipo's position out there in the lineup as we see Willcox now. And he'll cannonball out of this one. Holds that rail. Really determined to fight his way through to the channel and drop the first big score of this heat. And that should be a pretty healthy one.
It's not easy, as we see. This is Chippo just getting absolutely slotted, coming out with the spit. Love this angle here. You can see he grabbed that rail from start to finish here. There was no questions asked. He was going to hold this rail. Let's look at it here. Beautiful positioning, keeping so compressed. The line that he's drawing there, you can see half of his board, that rail is sunk into the face of the wave. And then just gets to park it here for the ride. This thing absolutely opening up and just exiting with the spit, kind of after the spit actually. It just gives that demonstration of how deep he was in the tube. Obviously we spoke to the criteria this morning.
So I sat in the channel and I just watched him the whole time for like an hour, and I was just like kind of just like watching where he was taking off and what he was doing and stuff, and then and the waves that he wanted. So once I did that, I was like, hey, I kind of got a good idea.
A lot, mate. Have a look at this. He knows where to take off. He surfed that here a bunch of times. I would hate to go surf out there for my very first time in a heat. There's no one. There's no crowd there to line yourself up with. No one there to show you where to take off or anything. So to paddle out in your heat, there's no one out. Just and off you go. Like pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, this one. I mean, the height of this one is probably one of the bigger ones we've seen someone take off on. Just perfect positioning. You just see that local knowledge is just illustrated so perfectly. Okay, maybe not the deepest, but seriously wide. This thing's a cavern. I mean, look how well he threads this section. It's not an easy bit of water to read right here. Look at that kind of how high he gets tucked up there. Perfect read. He's going to back up the 817 nicely and apply some serious pressure to Joao now.
We've seen a couple of good rides from the Goofies today, but we haven't seen that kind of comfort.
So the Boxer likes a really straight swell, which so it doesn't get that little capping on the end of the barrel. He goes, Joao, this looks. See how easy that takeoff was?
Yeah, makes it look even easier than it is. But again, like we said before, the first hurdle is getting yourself into the tube, but it's not like a lot of the other barrels.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say too much.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Here we go. Here he is again. Fading nicely, getting himself some cover here. His last wave of 4.33. Just wants to keep upping the requirement here for Chianca, especially if you're comboed and there's only 5 minutes on the clock. It can be achieved here as we see the replay.
Oh, just perfect positioning again. Just really trying to maximise the time. The tube, he's playing with it really there.
Leo found himself under the apex of the peak and still stuck some pretty impressive drops. Didn't get particularly deep, but as a result was able to wrangle some scores out of the wave, and here we go.
Well, he's going to get himself out of combo land.
Chianca will break combination with that ride.
Kind of like a slab, but it's not quite like this. I'll say that's a nice little score. That should be, shouldn't it? They still haven't scored this one yet. But yeah, and then you go to pipe. So they're your closest two, I would think. But you could think of Snapper Rocks behind the rock. Could be a little bit of a slab as well.
True. Yeah, this one, you know, it's going to be semi-decent score. It's got to be breaking that combo rider, I think. It was quite a short little nuggety tube.
Chianca's making a move here on the inside. Well positioned, deep. Can he come through this curtain? He won't punch his way through.
As we were saying, a 2-minute heat, he can go bang, bang.
Doing some great work here, but he's going to throw priority away here in the final stages, and this could be dangerous with a good set standing up on the outside. Chianca, he's well positioned, deep, takes off, locks in. Will he punch his way through this one? It looks like it clamped pretty heavily on the end of the ride there. A big heat win here for J.Willcox, and he's going to continue his march. Another big wildcard story. He won through the trials to get this opportunity, and he's taking on some of the biggest names in the sport to stay alive and get himself into the quarterfinals here. Joao Chianca, he's made a move up the rankings.